Hi everybody, welcome to the OAG RC. I am having a little break from my XV02 build, mainly because I've got it into a bit of a mess. Somehow managed to strip one of the screws in the diff as I was putting it together, then it leaked, and then I can't get the screw out, and it's all turned into a bit of a mess. So I thought I'm just going to have 10 minutes off and have a look through this Tamiya RC catalogue for 2023. And I thought you would all like to see what goes into one of these catalogues. Now, I haven't had one of these for a long time, so it was nice to be able to pick one up. And this one is exceptional quality. So, start off with a bit of a write-up on Tamiya, and then it goes straight into contents page. And then we see over here the DTO3, which we know and love on the channel, and the DTO3T, acro shot, which Rob had on the Summer Slam. That was good fun. And then each page has got all the hop-ups relating to each model, which is really handy if you're looking at, well, okay, what am I going to do to this model? It's all there. DTO2, Derek's in his holiday buggy there, and then again all the hop-ups for that. I'm not sure all these are still available though. I was flicking through, I'm not entirely convinced that you can still get all the parts. TTO2B in all of its different body shells, and the loads of hop-ups that you can get for that chassis. The DFO3, so this is the Dark Impact. We've got one of these, which I am currently stripping down and rebuilding. And I've looked up for some of these spare parts, like the slipper set, and you can't, they're not in stock anywhere. So because Tamiya's put them in their 2023 catalogue, I wonder whether they're planning on doing another production run of some of these parts and giving some of these chassis a bit of an extra life. That would be nice to be able to get some of the spare parts again. But they've also got in here the DFO2 with some spare parts listed as well. Be good to see continued support for them. Then the new chassis are up next, the TD2 and the TD4. There's that lovely TD2. I love mine. And also the TD4 as well, the Super Avanti. And then all of the hop-ups that apply to both of those two chassis pretty much. Lots of option parts there. CC02 and the 4 body shell kits that are available today. I quite like this one. I'm very tempted to pick that up at some point, but I also do like that Ford Bronco as well. And then all the hop-up parts for that. CC01, and again if you flip over, I think there's a Unimog there with the hop-ups. The CR01, the Rocker Socker, but also what's interesting in here is they've still got pictures of the Toyota Land Cruiser and the Unimog on that chassis. I've not seen those kits anywhere for quite some time, so it's interesting that they've included them again in the 2023 catalogue. And the hop-ups for the CR01. Then it goes into the vintage chassis. Two-wheel drive first. Those are all the popular ones. Good to see the wild ones still on there. No surprises there. Then, oh, interestingly, they've still got the Mercedes in there, although I don't think you can find that anywhere at the moment. The four-wheel drive buggies. What was interesting is that there's no hot shot. There's the super hot shot, but there's no hot shot in this, which I thought was a bit of a miss, really. There's that lovely Avanti Black Special Edition, but there isn't the egress, which they're currently in the process of putting back out there, which I thought, again, was a bit strange that that wasn't in here. The XSA, the expert assembled chassis. The six-wheeler, we've got the Kong head there, and they've also got the Dyna head in there as well. Again, not a kit I've seen recently, but they must be still around for you to pick up. The quad tracks are on there. with the hop-ups for the various models there. Then the beautiful high lift. I mean, look at that. Maybe one day, hey? Maybe one day we can get ourselves a high lift to have some fun with. That'd be great. There's little SO1 chassis, look at that. And then we're into the TT02, the touring car chassis. And every single kit that is currently available for that. Interestingly, in here they've got the R variant and the SR variant listed. It's not easy to find those these days, but they must still be around somewhere. Loads and loads and loads of body shells on this particular chassis, as well as the drift one, how to drift. And these are the drift chassis. I do like the look of these, they're pretty cool, aren't they? Then all the hop-ups for the TT02. Loads of them. Before we move on to the TT01. And some additional body shells and kits for that, as well as the trucks. Love to get one of those. And all of the hop-ups for the TT01. Then we get into the Formula chassis. You've got the Tyrrell and the F1 chassis here. The Opel Calibra V6, I think that is on the... is that a TAO2? Yeah, TAO2 kit. And down here, the Lancia on a TAO2S. I fancy that one for a rally kit at some point. XV02 Pro kits. They're great apart from the diff screws. XV01, interestingly, that one there says XV01 Pro. But I've not seen an XV01 Pro kit for sale for a long time. And the hop-ups, it was good to see that that kit is still in the catalogue, still getting some support. TC01, that Gen 2 Formula E car. TA08 with hop-ups. TA07 with hop-ups. The MF01X chassis there, which is the Volkswagen Beetle. And if I flip over the page, I think we've got the Escort over here as well, with all the hop-ups available for that chassis. That's got quite a bit of love, really. MO8, MO7, MO6, where's the MO5? It's here somewhere. There's the MO5. Lots of hop-ups available for these road cars as well. There's the NSU TT 2CV Rally. I love that one. Great looking model. Lots of hop-up parts available for the MO5 and MO5RA. And the only TRF chassis that's in here, you've got to have some serious cash to be able to go and pick that up. And then all the spares and the hop-ups that go in for that TRF chassis. Then we go into pages upon pages of body shells that are available from Tamiya. And then they get into all the hop-up parts and wiring, taping, motors, full motor selections up there, with some statistics as well, which is nice to see. Turnbuckles, my favourite. Loads and loads of spare parts. Oils, silicone for the diff, wheels and rims. Loads of tyre parts for each different vehicle. Loads to look at here. I mean, you know, certainly if you're looking for a part, what I like about this is you can flick through and actually see what it is you're looking at. It's got every single hop-up part listed at the back here. Pages upon pages of hop-ups. Then you get into the painting section. So you've got a colour-coded chart for every single paint section. All the acrylics are in there. As well as, somewhere, the primers, tells you the paint, which is great. And then you've got on here somewhere your TS paints and your polycarbonate colour chart as well, which is useful to have. Some information about how you can do some of the weathering on the static models. Paint removers, Tamiya tools, all listed here to have a good look at. Spray guns, And then right at the back, it's got a matching part list. So you can pick your Tamiya model across the top, and down the list it tells you what parts go onto which one. And there are oodles and oodles and oodles of them. Quite useful little table that. If you've got a particular model, you want to know what goes on it. All very handy. And then, if you're into trucks, have a separate truck catalogue. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. Just a little video taking you through that Tamiya RC Catalogue 2023, in case you wondered what's on the inside of those catalogues. See you later, guys. Thanks a lot.